let's flip a coin. Head Carolina, tails California.
Hello, it's Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show. I'm in Orland, Indiana. I'm at the Fawn River. I used to go camping. We used to put canoes in here and boats, any kind of boat we could get really. Go across over there to a point where there's a cattle field over there. Bunch of cows, not cattle. And we used to camp on the banks of the Fawn River and make bonfires big as a house and cook all sorts of stuff really strange. You know, when you're cooking with the bonfire big as a house, the skillet gets so hot that you can fry an egg on the ground next to it after you just heat the thing and fry it on the side. Okay, I answer questions on world travel. It's cloudy today, so I can actually be out here because it's so bright sometimes I can't see. I wanted to show you this river though. Bree asked, I have two questions. How do you finance your travels? I make about $500 a month riding. Do you think that would be enough? Do you think a woman in her 50s could do what you do? Yes, I think a woman in the 50s could do what I do. Let me ask, how do I finance my travels? Okay, I make these videos I make with have Google AdSense advertising on them, and they make me roughly, according to where you go on the planet. If you're doing tourist subjects like hotels, airplanes, and things like that, you're going to make more money. But you can make a lot of money with videos, a couple $100 a month just making a video. If you made 5 videos a day, you could eventually, after a course of 2 or 3 months, you probably make $60, $70, $100 or something like that. They keep cutting my wages on that, so it's really tough. I mean, I used to make 3 times that much with the videos, and they keep cutting the thing. So I make money also from my website with the advertising that they click on the side, and basically, every time somebody clicks, I make advertising. Well, it's the same for the videos. Every time somebody clicks, I make money. The other ways, I've done it many different ways. But the primary way that I'm trying to do it right now is with products that I sell on Amazon.com, which is one of the bad things about the YouTube videos is that people don't actually go to hobotraveler.com, my website, and actually look at the website. They just stay on YouTube, and they don't want to go over. The people that actually subscribe to my blog, they go to hobotraveler.com and click on the travel blog, and then there's a place where they subscribe to it. That's where I'm going to make more money. So I always wish that they would subscribe to it and make comments actually on the website and off the YouTube videos, because the YouTube videos are working against me. They're always trying to tempt you to go get away from there. They really want you to just meander all over the place. They don't want you to actually watch one person's videos all the time. They really are tricky at YouTube. I really would say they're not helping. They help me, but they don't help me. So the other ways I've made money is I've done trades for rooms, where I've actually done things like take videos of the room, or I take photos, or I make website work, or I help them to advertise things. I don't live in a hotel for free like I could as a videographer or whatever. You could live in a hotel for free if you promised them, which is, it doesn't matter how much skill you got. If you're willing to make a video, you probably could live for 2 or 3 nights in each hotel, and according to how well you sell yourself. I would always recommend to go for 5 or 10 nights. It's always worth a try if you can show that you can make any kind of good video, and show them, and walk in, take your computer, and show it. Show a video you made. That would sell it. You don't really need to talk about it that much. Just show them a video and say, hey, I want a few nights. In a hotel that's got extra rooms, the bigger the hotel, the more likely you're probably to get that. The smaller the hotel, the less they understand. $500 a month. I want to talk about living on $500 a month. Okay, obviously the airfare, like to go someplace, can be anywhere between $150 to $800. If you're going to live on $500 a month, obviously the best way to do it is to go sequentially sequential countries. You can figure out, you're going to have to come up with enough money to fly to the place you do it. Ideally, you would either go start in Thailand or you would start in Guatemala. Mexico is pretty expensive right now and really quite a pain in the butt. But if you went to Mexico, you say to Guatemala, flew to Guatemala, and then you find a room in like Antigua for $300 a month, and then you live on $200 a month of food, then what you got to do is you don't travel on $500, and you don't travel to countries. You travel hotel to hotel. And so what you do is you start, searching. So the easy thing would be to go to Guatemala, figure out the cheapest fare to fly down to Guatemala. I think you can fly down to Guatemala for $220 with Spirit Air out of like a lot of cities in the United States. I know Chicago, you can get to one way to Guatemala. You also have to have a round-trip ticket maybe to get out of there. They're really getting sticky on that. I'm not saying you have to do it, but you can fake the return ticket, or I can tell you how to do that. There's a lot of videos that say how to fake an onward ticket, but you fly for $200 down to Guatemala, and then you're going to take a bus, try to arrive in the morning, but what you're trying to do is trying to find like a $8 hotel or $5 a night hotel in Antigua, and then you can find many hotels in Lake Atalan. And what you do is when you discover the hotel that you want to live in, okay, like I know that I can rent a room in Lake Atalan in El Amigo for $180 a month. The Viajero and Posada Don Carlos, there's 3 hotels, and there's Hotel San Antonio and San Pedro right across the lake, and these are all under $10 a night. And then you got to figure out whether you can eat for $10 a day. If you can't eat in America, you can easily eat in America for $10 a day. You can eat in America for $3 a day, $2 a day, bag of rice and cheap stuff. Then you're not going to pay all those things. But you're going to have to get rid of all your expenses in America. So yes, you can do it, but you have to always keep in mind what you're not going to move until you get the next hotel, okay? Until you know that there's at least 1 or 2 hotels where you can move into and stay in budget. And then of course, as you're doing this, you really should be trying to live on $300 a month and saving that $200 for buffer. Any kind of saving. And of course, it's going to be scary with medical problems and anything if you have medical problems. Although it's cheaper to go to the doctor in Central America. But then what you could do is just move your way sequentially from, Honduras, El Salvador, Costa Rica, and just keep moving south, get all the way to Panama, jump over to thing, and that's how I pretty much started. And after you go through all of Central America, you're going to basically feel confident to make jumps. It's really quite easy to do. It's not that difficult. Most people are, though, prone to temptation. They really are. I believe that 99% of the people are not capable of avoiding temptation, and that's why they can't travel. They really can't say no. I'll give an example. I'm going to get on a plane, and I'm going to go to Norway. And on the plane, they wanted $40 if I bought a lunch on the plane for this Norwegian Air. And I said, no, I'm not paying $40 for a plane, for any kind of meal. I will starve for 10 hours. I will not eat a thing on it. And when I go into the airport, I don't buy things in the airport at 3 times the normal price, because it's just ludicrous that because I want something, I have to pay the money. I'm not prone at all to these temptations. I normally, when I'm in an airport, I don't buy any kind of food. Sometimes I buy some mixed nuts. They're $4. But that's it. I mean, I hardly ever buy anything in airports. But you can see that the people in the airports are just sitting down, buying anything and everything. And that's the type of person that can't travel the planet. Because there's no no editing of their thinking. They basically, they want it, they buy it. If you can eat in the United States for $2 a day, you can travel. If you can't eat in the United States for $2 a day, you can't travel the world on $500 a month. It's incredibly easy to eat on $2 a day in food in America. The American food is so cheap. You walk into a thing and you'll be surprised how many things are just really cheap. And strangely, it's the healthy stuff. But you know, you can also do if you're really afraid, you could buy a round-trip ticket to, say, Guatemala or wherever you want to go to, find a hotel, and then come back, and then go back and forth and do a test run. Obviously, if you're really hardcore at $500, it's going to be hard to come up. You're going to have some savings. People that can't save money also have trouble traveling because if you live paycheck to paycheck, obviously it's more difficult to travel. People that can save money and then are not so prone to temptation. They don't just because they have the money, they don't spend it. You can do it, but you got to figure your first jump, and you're not traveling to a country, you're traveling to a hotel. And whatever you do, the internet is almost the worst place to find a hotel. If you really want to get a hotel, you might go to the library. It's cheap. Go to the library, pull up Rough Guide, Let's Go, Footprints, Lonely Planet, and find the city you want to go to, and list out all the hotels they list that are super cheap. Then search on the internet for those hotels and try to stay away from the booking engines. The booking engines are just there they want to be the middleman and get your money. You want to find out how much that hotel actually is. But you understand, a really cheap hotel and a really good hotel doesn't need to be on internet, and they don't have to be on TripAdvisor. They don't have to be in any of these things because they're going to be relatively full all the time. It's really the hotels that are almost trying to gouge you they're going to be the ones gaming TripAdvisor. They're the ones that are going to be on every booking engine there is because they want to double their profits. But there's just mom and pop hotels that are just happy to make a living. So that's the hotel you're going for. Okay, thank you, Bree.
We can